Hello and welcome back on my channel. In today's episode we will add further details to the model and hopefully finish the steering house so we can close this hatch here. As I mentioned in a previous video, the roof simply slides on top of this base structure, which is great if you want to show the interior of the cabin. But since I want to install lightings, I guess I'll have to permanently combine the two things together. And before I do that, I'd like to give the interior some more details. After installing all these tiny details in the steering house, I guess we need someone who is actually steering the boat. And while looking for a suitable captain, I came across this guy. And I think this shady personality is very well fitted for our purposes. So I'll just go ahead and glue him in place. Time to take care of the lighting. I've already installed one LED inside the roof for the illumination of the steering house, and now I'll install the positioning lights. I've connected the positioning lights as well as the interior lighting. I will quickly check if everything works. This looks fine, which means we can glue in the cabin for good and we're done with the lighting on the model. I just installed the ropes on the mast. They are elastic, which is great because you always have a bit of tension on them. However, I did not use these tiny hooks you get with the kit. They looked so fragile that I didn't trust them. Instead, I went for real lobster clasps, and I think they look great on the model. Another thing I'd like to mention at this point is that this model is based on an original boat called Bertus Friede, which is nowadays a museum boat, I think in Germany. And it offers harbor tours to passengers, which is why when you order the kit, you get the option to install these tiny railings here, and you can replicate the state the boat is currently in. However, I decided to keep it like that, meaning as a working boat from the 1920s. I thought that the railing would be too flimsy, and especially when you try to take off the steering house, chances are that you somehow get entangled in the railing and then you rip it off. So I prefer to keep it that way. Wait a minute, why is our project sitting in this ugly box? Well, since the last bit of footage you saw, I had a few changes in my personal life and I moved from Switzerland to Denmark. I live in Copenhagen now, and I had to come up with a way of taking our project with me, and this is what I came up with. And I hope the damage is not too big. It's the first time I'm gonna open this box and we'll have a look together. It doesn't look too bad from outside, but let's see. Apart from this pipe that got ripped off the chimney, I see no damage, which is great. It's far better than I've expected, which means we can quickly repair this and move on. Our project is slowly coming to an end, but there's one thing left to do, which is giving the model its name. And that's another point where I have to disagree with Aeronaut. I think Tim is a wonderful name for a person, don't get me wrong, but rather unfitting for this type of boat. And since the model came all the way with me from Switzerland to Denmark, I decided to give it a name that comes from Norse mythology. And well, let's see what I came up with. We've reached the end of the project. I had tremendous fun building this model and I can really recommend the kit to any advanced builders. As it is end of November now and it's freezing cold outside, we'll have to be a bit patient for the maiden voyage. But I hope you had fun watching the episodes. If you did, please give it the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I say thank you for sticking around, take care and see you soon.